one hell of a whirlwind. Would I do it again? Yeah, but let me sleep first. It is a great feeling knowing that in and around you, you are leading the market in what you are doing. It shows that you don't have to follow example all the time. You can lead your own way and can set the example. We run 51 stores, and we are transacting tens of millions of transactions throughout the year continuously. It's almost supermarket-esque. We never used to be able to see sales level data across the transaction. So we knew that a customer maybe bought 3 products, but we didn't know what they bought together. So we didn't get a feel of the basket itself to understand what was being bought in that basket. We didn't know what then the next customer bought. All we knew was that store made a certain amount of sales, and roughly that's what its profit was. Now we know on every single one of these, tens of millions of transactions, we can actually look at exactly what's happened. And therefore that allows us to roll the data up from very detailed, granular views into some high-level decision-making that's based off data itself, which previously it was always the tech won't let us do it, let's work around it. Now it's very much the tech's allowing us to see the data. So now we can make some decisions. Everything that the business does to be able to service the customer had to be redrawn up from scratch again. Processes redrawn, all systems completely started all over again. And there's a lot of trust that WildTech would help us not only implement, but implement it and get it right. They were just at the meetings. They were at the table every single time. One of the aspirations for the company has always been to grow the customer database. Retailers always talk about having a loyal customer database and making sure the shopper is a repeat shopper, and knowing you're going to get that next shop and the customer's going to continue to come back to you. The challenge for us has always been that there's never ever been any support for that. So the POS system has never been able to store customer information. We've never been able to really take that in a compliant manner. Therefore, we've never bothered to really try. So on the journey for the digital transformation, we've actually let down a foundation. So now that the store teams can actually track that data. So what we can do is as you walk into store, we can actually take that information from you, store it securely, and then mark it with you or communicate with you later down the track, and we can then track your shopping behaviors. So it's part of the Chippy Rewards program that we launched. So it's a full loyalty, end-to-end, online and in-store, points-based loyalty program. So when running the payroll process for a company of 51 stores and 1,000 employees, it used to take, let's say, 4 days for the end-to-end cycle. We had 3 different systems at the time, as well as some paper-based rostering in place. Now we've consolidated all that into one platform. That now allows the stores to track all the hours that they've worked. It directly is on the same platform as the pay run process, so it makes that process so much more efficient. And any time that we now spend doing payroll is effectively confirming everyone's approved timesheets and that all the checks and balances are done. So we've gone from having what would have been a 4-day process to maybe a 2-day process. The best way to look at the improvements that we've made throughout the journey is to look at the conversations that are now happening across the management teams compared to the conversations that were happening. A lot of conversations that used to happen were, I can't do this, or we can't achieve this. And now it's actually a matter of, we can, how do we actually now get there? And that's not necessarily thanks to the software exactly. It's actually more so to the fact that we've proven to everybody culturally that things can be achieved. And now all of a sudden we can get there. Don't worry about it. The tech's not going to hold us back. The separating factor for WildTech was the fact that they really got to know what we were trying to achieve as a company. And no matter what it would take to achieve it, they would throw everything at it to make sure we got there. And that's what we knew we needed.